Emma liked routines. She woke up at the same time every morning, had the same breakfast, toast with peanut butter and a cup of tea, and took the same walk through the park to work. She worked at a small cafe called Bean and Bloom, located on the corner of Maple Street. It was quiet, cozy, and smelled like fresh coffee and warm bread. Emma had worked there for almost 2 years. She wasn't the manager, but everyone trusted her to take care of things. It was a Friday morning in early spring. The sun was out, but the air still felt a little cold. Emma walked quickly, pulling her jacket close. As she reached the cafe, she smiled. Fridays were her favorite. They were always busy, and the regulars came in. She liked the rhythm of it, the orders, the smiles, the little chats over the counter. Emma unlocked the door, turned on the lights, and began setting up. She placed the chairs properly, checked the pastries, and turned on the coffee machine. As usual, she made herself a small latte to start the day. By 8 a.m., the cafe was open, and the first customers were walking in. Mr. Douglas, an older man who always wore a gray hat, sat in his favorite seat by the window. 2 college students came in to study. Emma served them with her usual calm and polite smile. "Busy morning already," said Carlos, her coworker, as he entered through the back door. He worked in the kitchen, making sandwiches and baking muffins. "I think it'll be one of those days," Emma replied. Around 10:30 a.m., a group of tourists came in. They laughed loudly and asked many questions, but Emma didn't mind. She liked meeting new people. Then, around 11 a.m., the bell above the cafe door rang again. Emma looked up from the counter and saw a woman walk in. She looked to be in her early 30s, wearing a long coat and carrying a large brown bag. Something about her face seemed familiar, but Emma couldn't quite place it. The woman walked up to the counter and smiled nervously. "Hi," she said softly. "Can I get a cappuccino, please?" "Of course," Emma said, already starting the machine. "Would you like anything to eat?" "No, thank you. Just the coffee." Emma nodded. She glanced at the woman again. The way she looked at the cafe, the way her eyes moved around the room, was almost emotional, like she had been there before. When Emma handed her the cappuccino, the woman said, "Thanks. It smells just like I remember." Emma paused. "Have you been here before?" The woman looked down, then smiled a little. "Yes. A long time ago. Many years, actually." Emma didn't know what to say, but she felt something strange. This wasn't just a customer. The woman sat at a table near the back. She didn't take out a phone or a book. She just sat there, sipping slowly, watching the people around her. Carlos came out from the kitchen and whispered to Emma, "Do you know her?" "I'm not sure," Emma replied. "She says she's been here before." "Something feels different," Carlos said. "Like she's here for a reason." Emma nodded slowly. She felt it too. At noon, the cafe got very busy. Orders came in quickly. Emma was too focused to think about the woman. But when the rush ended and the cafe was quiet again, she looked around. The woman was still there. She walked up to the counter again. Her cup was empty now. "Can I ask you something?" she said. "Sure," Emma replied. "Is the owner still here?" "Sarah Bloom?" Emma's eyes widened. Sarah Bloom was the original owner, but she moved to another city a few years ago. The cafe kept her name. The woman gave a small smile. "I see. That makes sense. Did you know her?" Emma asked. The woman hesitated. Then she said, "She was my mother." Emma froze. Your mother? The woman nodded. I'm her daughter. My name is Lily. Emma didn't know what to say. 1,000 questions filled her mind, but she just stared at Lily, unsure how to respond. Lily looked around the cafe again. I used to sit right there when I was a kid, she said, pointing to a small table in the corner. I'd do my homework while my mom worked. I haven't been back since she sold the cafe. Emma slowly said, I didn't know she had a daughter. She didn't talk about me much, Lily replied quietly. There's a reason for that. Suddenly, the air felt heavy. Emma nodded slowly, trying to be respectful. Do you want to talk about it? Lily gave a small, sad smile. Maybe. But not yet. I came here because I needed to see this place again. To remember. Emma gave her a soft smile. Well, I'm glad you came. You're welcome to stay as long as you like. Lily nodded, her eyes a little shiny. Emma turned away, but she couldn't stop thinking. What happened between Lily and her mother? Why did she stay away so long? And what exactly brought her back today? This was not part of Emma's usual Friday. Not in the plan at all. And yet, something told her the day was far from over. After Lily sat back down, Emma tried to return to her normal tasks, wiping tables, restocking the sugar packets, filling the napkin holders. But she kept glancing toward the back of the cafe, where Lily sat quietly, staring out the window. It had been an hour since their conversation, and Emma could still feel the weight of Lily's words. She was my mother. At 2 p.m., the cafe slowed down again. Carlos stepped outside for a break, and only 2 other customers were in the shop. Emma walked over to Lily with a pot of fresh coffee. Would you like a refill? She asked gently. Lily looked up and smiled. Yes, thank you. Emma poured the coffee and sat in the chair across from her without really thinking. I hope it's okay I'm asking, Emma said, but you said you hadn't been here in years. Why now? Lily took a sip before answering. My mom passed away 6 months ago, she said quietly. Emma's heart dropped. I'm so sorry. Lily nodded. Thank you. We weren't close in the end. That's why I didn't know until recently. I found out through a friend of hers. She didn't tell me herself. Emma stayed silent. This wasn't the time for too many questions. Lily went on. We had a big fight when I was 20. I wanted to move to another country, to study art. She wanted me to stay and help with the cafe. She thought I was being selfish. Emma listened, eyes soft. I left without saying goodbye. I didn't speak to her for 10 years. Emma's chest tightened. She couldn't imagine not speaking to her own mother for that long. I kept telling myself I'd write to her. That I'd call someday. But time just passed. Lily gave a shaky laugh. You always think there'll be more time. Emma looked down at the table. I think a lot of people believe that. Lily nodded. A month ago, I received a box from my mom's old friend. It had some letters, some photos, and the keys to this place. I guess my mom never changed the lock. Emma was quiet for a moment, then said, So, you came to remember her? Yes, Lily said. But also to see if I still belong here. Part of me thought I'd come back and feel nothing. But being here, it's harder than I thought. Emma leaned forward. This cafe meant everything to her. I've heard stories from the older customers. She was kind. Strong. A little strict, but fair. Lily smiled again. That sounds like her. Would you like to see the back room? Emma asked. There are some old photos on the wall. One has Sarah in it. Lily looked surprised, then nodded. Yes, I'd love that. Emma led her to the back hallway, where a small gallery of black and white and faded color photos hung. One showed a younger Sarah Bloom behind the counter, smiling proudly. Another showed the cafe when it first opened, only a few tables, old-style cups, a handwritten menu board. Lily stood silently in front of the photos. After a moment, she reached out and touched the frame with her mother's picture. She built all this, Lily whispered. She did, Emma said. And people still feel it, even now. There was silence between them, but it wasn't uncomfortable. When they returned to the main area, Emma asked, Do you have somewhere to stay while you're in town? I booked a small hotel nearby for a few nights, Lily replied. I didn't really make a plan. I just came. Emma hesitated, then said, If you're staying longer, maybe you'd like to help out at the cafe. Just for a bit? It might help you feel closer to her. Lily looked surprised, then thoughtful. I haven't worked in a cafe since I was a teenager, she said. But maybe it's what I need. Emma smiled. No pressure. Just think about it. They returned to their usual places, Emma behind the counter, Lily at her table. But the air between them had changed. It felt warmer now, less heavy. As the afternoon passed, Lily stayed and watched. She noticed how Emma greeted every customer by name, how she remembered what Mr. Douglas liked in his tea, how she encouraged the college students studying nearby. This place wasn't just a cafe. It was part of people's lives. Just like it had been when her mother ran it. At closing time, Emma began wiping down the counter. She looked up to see Lily standing near the door, holding her coat. I'll come by again tomorrow, Lily said. If that's okay. Emma smiled. I'd like that. Lily gave a small nod, then left. The bell above the door gave a soft chime, and she was gone. Emma stood still for a moment, the mop in her hands, the cafe quiet again. This had not been a normal day. But maybe it was the beginning of something new. A new chapter. The next morning, Emma arrived at the cafe a little earlier than usual. She wasn't sure why, maybe nerves, maybe excitement. She kept thinking about Lily's words from yesterday. I'll come by again tomorrow. As she turned on the lights and began setting up, Emma found herself glancing at the door more than once. Part of her worried that Lily had changed her mind. But at exactly 8:01 a.m., the bell above the door rang. Lily walked in, her hair pulled back in a simple ponytail. She wore jeans, sneakers, and a light blue sweater. She looked younger today. Less guarded. Good morning, she said. Emma smiled. Right on time. I wasn't sure what to wear for cafe work, Lily said with a laugh. I hope this is okay. It's perfect. Emma handed her an apron. Lily stared at it for a second, then slowly tied it around her waist. It was the first time she had worn one since she was a teenager, helping her mother after school. Emma gave her a short tour of the behind-the-counter area and showed her how to use the register and coffee machine. Lily listened carefully, asked questions, and wrote small notes in her phone. By 9 a.m., they were working together like they'd been doing it for weeks. At first, Lily stayed in the back, cleaning dishes, refilling supplies, and watching how Emma interacted with customers. But after an hour, Emma gently pushed her forward. Why don't you try taking this next order? She asked with a smile. Lily looked nervous but nodded. A woman walked in with 2 young kids. "Hi there," she said. "Could I get 2 hot chocolates and 1 cappuccino, please?" Lily smiled warmly. "Of course. Would you like whipped cream on the hot chocolates?" The mother smiled back. "Yes, please. That would be lovely." As she prepared the drinks, Lily's hands shook a little, but Emma stayed close, offering quiet support. When she handed the cups to the customer, the little girl said, "Thank you." "You're welcome," Lily replied, surprised by how natural it felt. By lunchtime, Lily was helping with orders, chatting with customers, and even laughing with Carlos in the kitchen. The regulars noticed her too. "New face today," Mr. Douglas said as he handed Lily his tea mug. "Are you Emma's cousin?" Lily chuckled. "Not quite. I'm Sarah Bloom's daughter." Mr. Douglas blinked. "Sarah's daughter? Well, I'll be." Lily wasn't sure what he would say next, but he gave her a warm smile. She was proud of this place. "You being here feels right." That simple comment touched her more than she expected. At the end of the day, as they turned off the lights and cleaned the last few tables, Lily sat down at her mother's old desk in the back room. She looked at the shelves filled with old recipe books, coffee bean samples, and Sarah's handwriting still on a few notes. Emma came in, drying her hands with a towel. "You did great today." "Thanks," Lily said. "I forgot how much I liked this kind of work. It's simple, but real. You know?" Emma nodded. "That's exactly how I feel." Lily took a deep breath. "I used to think leaving was the only way to grow. To be free. But maybe staying doesn't mean being stuck. Maybe it means building something new." Emma smiled. "I think your mom would have liked hearing that." Lily reached into her bag and pulled out an old photograph. It showed her as a little girl sitting at one of the cafe tables, coloring in a book, while her mother worked behind the counter. "I want to hang this somewhere," she said. "To remember." Emma nodded. "Let's find the perfect spot." They chose a small space on the back wall, next to the photo of Sarah that Emma had shown her yesterday. It felt like bringing the past and present together. Before leaving, Lily turned to Emma. "I don't know how long I'll stay. Maybe just a few weeks. Maybe longer. But thank you for letting me be part of this place again." "You don't have to thank me," Emma said. "This cafe started with your family. You're part of it, no matter how long you're here." Lily smiled, and for the first time in a long time, it felt real. As she stepped outside and looked back at the cafe, its warm windows glowing in the evening light, Lily felt something shift inside her. A sense of peace, of connection, of coming full circle. This wasn't the plan. But maybe it was exactly what she needed.